Hi, I'm Darren Tillman with PowerFlow Systems, and what we have here is a PA22 that's been converted to a PA20, and we're really fortunate. This has an original leading edge exhaust system that was installed using the KW Aviation STC. This exhaust system is a PA18 exhaust, and we are going to talk about some of the issues that were known with the PA18 system fitting on a PA20 or 22. And we're hopefully going to get to show you some improvements that our tweaks are going to allow us to give you some better clearances. And we're going to go over them now. So, first couple issues we're going to show you. On the original PA18 exhaust that was also approved for this PA22, there's points of conflict that don't exist on the PA18 but do on the 20 and 22. We've got, this is the muffler with the shroud around it, and it is so close to this engine mount, it actually really makes contact. And you can see the prior owner has put a rub strip in there. Also, the tailpipe coming out of the muffler at an angle is actually going to run into this lower support. And in fact, if this was a PA22, there is a steering arm coming through here. It's also bashing it. This one doesn't have it because it's been converted. But they've had to indent this tailpipe. On our version, you're going to see we've kind of rotated things a little bit and changed the angles so that we don't have that problem. Another thing I'll point out, on this version of the early leading edge PA18 exhaust, the carburetor heat comes from inside of this muffler shroud. On our versions, there is in fact a standalone carb heat that's going to be over here, and that's going to feed the carb air box directly. So you're no longer mixing cabin heat with carb heat. On this side, there is a lot of tubing, and there is not a lot of clearance. And you'll be able to see we have got minimal clearance as we're trying to do this tube dancing going around, because we've got to have the right length of the risers going into the tailpipe and muffler assemblies. But to do that, you've got to do some twisty turnies. Areas of improvement, we're really tight to this engine mount. The shroud's got some angles here that we have improved. This angle's going to be different, and more importantly, back here, that's the angle, that's your floorboard cabin heat, and we have rotated that a little more forward, because right now it's not exactly a great shot going from the scat from here to here. So we have improved that angle as well. All right, so we're here with the PA22 that's been converted to the nose wheel. And this now has the latest production tuned exhaust system from us. And we're going to show you where we've got extra clearance around some of the areas that were of concern. We don't have a whole lot extra clearance, but we have extra. So this customer is going to not have tailpipe bashing into the engine mount or the muffler bashing into the engine mount. I will show you the details now. So what we've got is we have been able to move and rotate the muffler aft a little bit and tilt it a little bit, and we still left the customer's original heat shield in there, but that's a lot more clearance than he had. One big change with this design now is this is a straight tailpipe exit instead of coming out at an angle, but this is now an angled part, and we now have clearance here. On the original installation, this was bashed in because it had to be dented. Here there's sufficient clearance. We've also got, this is the separate standalone carb heat. So this is air is going to run around here, get hot, and then feed into the carb air box when he wants carb heat. So on this side, same issues. Of course, we've got the muffler moved back and tilted a little, and we've opened up the clearance on this mount and then the middle mount. So it's not a lot, but it's enough. So this is how the aircraft came in, and this is some sort of a heat shield blanket that was put on. It's not really necessary in our opinion, especially since we've kind of opened up a little of the clearance here, but we're not going to really take it away either. One thing that's of note is now this aircraft has an extra auxiliary heater in and out, and we've capped it off. So the customer has a choice of if he wants to feed more cold air in or change the way the air is routing. He's got an extra place that can become an input or it can become an output. It's up to him.